If you've been playing Love and Deep Space and wondering, what other otome games should I be excited about next? This one's for you. 2026 is shaping up to be a really exciting year for otome games, especially as more players discover the genre and start looking for something new to fall in love with. In this video, I am sharing 30 upcoming otome and amore games you'll want on your wishlist, all planned for release in 2026 on Nintendo Switch and PC. These are games that caught my attention not just because they look pretty, but because they feel genuinely worth your time. You'll be seeing clips and images from official publisher releases, which may include light spoilers, and I've added chapters so you can skip around freely. Let's start with the first one. Temirana, The Lucky Princess and the Tragic Knights is now available on Nintendo Switch, and it's a lovely choice for players who enjoy fantasy romance with a meaningful story. You follow Cecilia, the third princess of Temirana, who has lived in isolation after being labeled a cursed child in a world where your birth month decides your future. During a dueling tournament, she meets 5 mysterious men who shine with a strange light only she can see, a sign tied to her hidden power. Trusting her instincts, she invites them to become her knights, even though they're far from perfect heroes. What makes Temirana a bit different is how it mixes romance with deeper themes like fate, class, and choosing your own path. If you enjoy romance that's gentle, a little bittersweet, and driven by character connections, this is one worth checking out. Moving on, we have Hakuoki Sweet School Life, a lighter, more playful take on the classic Hakuoki series, and it's coming to the Nintendo Switch. Instead of historical drama and swords, this spin-off drops Chizuru and the familiar Shinsengumi cast into modern-day Japan as students and teachers. The focus shifts to everyday school life, think festivals, exams, club activities, and silly moments like water gun fights. This release is especially great for gamers who already love Hakuoki and want to see these characters in a fresh, low-stress story, but it's also friendly to newcomers since it works as a standalone game. If you're looking for something fun, familiar, and easy to sink into between heavier games, I think this is a sweet one to look forward to. Up next is Otome Daoshi, Fighting for Love is a short, action-inspired otome coming to Nintendo Switch on March 26th. The story follows Shunlin, a trainee Taoist priestess living in the martial arts kingdom of Kaiyu. Just as the country prepares for the Tournament of Valor, a huge event meant to crown the strongest fighter, everything goes wrong when attackers storm the arena. Shunlin and her rivals are forced to fight side by side to protect the people they care about, their pride as warriors, and the country they love. The game is more of a short experience than a deep, slow burn. The romance develops quickly, the story keeps things simple, and there are no bad endings or heavy twists. If you like pretty visuals, strong female leads, and quick romance without a big-time commitment, Otome Daoshi could be a fun, cozy pick, especially if you're curious about otome that blend romance with action. Then we have Volontés, an upcoming otome visual novel for Nintendo Switch, set to release internationally on March 26, 2026. You play as Fiena, a young woman raised quietly by farmers, whose life is shattered when her village is attacked by a knightly order. Rescued by a mysterious stranger, she's taken to a magical city floating on the sea and suddenly declared the Moon Witch, a holy figure meant to guide the people. What should feel like safety quickly turns uneasy as a shocking death sparks conflict, mistrust, and power struggles within the kingdom. Volontés is a great fit if you enjoy dark fantasy and emotional storytelling, especially if you like fully voiced games with layered characters and a serious, thoughtful tone rather than lighthearted romance. Up next is Salvus Aries, launching in early access on PC. The game starts at an unusual place. The heroine has already reached her bad ending. After being executed, she wakes up in the afterlife with no memory of what she did wrong and is told she must work as a reaper to make up for her past. As she carries out her duties, she slowly pieces together who she used to be and why she ended up here in the first place. This game is a good fit if you like serious themes, character-driven stories, and romances that grow through shared struggles. If you're excited by stories about second chances, self-reflection, and finding connection even after everything feels lost, Salvus Aries is a release worth watching. Then we have Homura, The Crimson Warriors, an upcoming Otome game for Nintendo Switch, releasing in March, with Europe's physical edition arriving in April. Set at the end of Japan's Warring States era, the story follows the rising conflict between the Tokugawa shogunate and the remaining Toyotomi forces. You play as a young ninja who is sent to support Nobushige Sanada as he answers a desperate call to defend Osaka Castle. What starts as a mission quickly pulls her into a dangerous struggle filled with betrayal, loyalty, and choices that can change the people around her. This game is a good pick for fans who enjoy historical settings, ninja themes, and character-focused stories, especially if you like romance that develops naturally alongside a serious emotional plot. Then we have Crimson Waves on the Emerald Sea, Amaranthine Moon, releasing on PC, and it's a great fit for players who enjoy gothic romance and mystery. Set in a Victorian-inspired world where vampires exist alongside humans, the story follows Lucy, who has just turned 18 and is determined to take control of her future. As the new head of her family, she steps into the world of business, only for everything to change when her partner suddenly dies. What starts as a professional setback slowly turns into a personal mystery tied to her past and the unfinished question of vampirism. You can choose whether Lucy remains human or embraces being a vampire again, and that decision affects her relationships, scenes, and even the direction of the story. If you enjoy romance mixed with secrets, slow burn relationships, and a Victorian setting with supernatural twists, this is a release worth keeping an eye on. Up next is Mythic Love, Iberian Legends, an Amare releasing on PC, and it mixes romance with dark fantasy inspired by Spanish folklore. In this story, you meet 5 myth-based characters, some charming, some dangerous, and all hiding secrets. While romance is a big part of the experience, the stakes go beyond love, since your decisions can also affect the fate of the world around you. Each character has their own personality and emotional baggage, and if you earn their trust, you'll get to see their true monstrous side, literally. If you're curious about folklore-inspired characters with a darker edge, this is a release worth keeping an eye on. Next up is The Sage's Spirit Shining Flame, is an upcoming visual novel releasing on PC, and it's a great pick for players who enjoy fantasy stories with strong character growth. You play as Nolan, a talented commoner mage who finally gets a chance to study magic after a new law opens the Mage Guild to everyone, not just nobles. When she travels to the royal capital with her mentor, what starts as an exciting new chapter quickly turns into something deeper, as she becomes caught in quiet power struggles that could change the future of the kingdom. Romance is present, but it's optional and gently woven into the later parts of the story, letting you focus just as much on friendships, personal goals, and choosing what kind of mage and person Nolan becomes. Moving on, we have Re.dive Wonderland, a mystery romance visual novel coming to PC in Q1 2026. You play as a girl who falls asleep after a normal day and wakes up in a strange prison with no memories. Before she can even process what's happening, she's told she's inside an RPG world called Time and Wonderland and has been chosen to stop a ruler known as the Heart Queen. The game switches between 2 styles: a pixel art mystery section where you explore, solve puzzles, and play small mini-games, and a visual novel part where the focus is on dialogue, emotions, and relationships. The game is for players who like it with a bit of tension, mystery, and replay value, especially if you enjoy piecing together a story, one choice at a time. Up next is Snowkissed Romance, an upcoming dating sim coming to PC this spring, and it's a love letter to classic 90s shoujo games. Set in wintertime Japan in 1994, you spend your last school break before college staying at your aunt's ski lodge in a quiet mountain town. What starts as a cozy holiday with your best friend quickly gets more complicated when your older brother shows up, with his college roommates who also happen to be your old childhood friends. Over 3 in-game weeks, you'll reconnect, make new memories, and decide who you want to grow closer to through daily choices, planned activities, and heartfelt conversations. You can fully customize your character, plan each day hour by hour, raise stats like charm or sensitivity, and unlock different scenes, romances, and endings, including friendship routes and multi-love paths. If you enjoy slow burn romance, this is one to keep on your wishlist. Next up is Teachers with Love and Passion, an upcoming visual novel that puts you in the shoes of a brand new teacher starting fresh at a private academy. You arrive focused on your career, but quickly realize the teacher's lounge is full of charming co-workers, each carrying their own secrets and emotional baggage. As you settle into school life, your choices guide how close you grow to them, whether as friends, rivals, or something more, while you try to balance your job with unexpected feelings. This game is a good fit for players who enjoy adult slice-of-life romance, slow burn relationships, and stories where choices really matter. If you like romance stories set in everyday workplaces with a cozy but slightly tense atmosphere, this is one to keep an eye on when it releases on PC. Then we have REQUIEMZ coming to Nintendo Switch this summer. You play as Yuhiru, a high school student swept into a twisted version of the world of the Wizard of Oz. Instead of being welcomed, she's sentenced to death and forced to travel with 4 prisoners on death row and their mysterious supervisor to investigate dangerous ruins. Her goal is simple but heavy: survive long enough to uncover the truth and find a way home. The heart of the game lies in its relationships and choices. Each route lets you slowly build trust with a love interest, shaping whether they hold on to their humanity or fall into darker paths. While some content can get intense, the game allows you to skip the more disturbing routes and still reach satisfying endings. This makes REQUIEMZ a good fit if you enjoy suspense, strong character bonds, and a storyline that is pretty intense without going too far. Up next is Cupid's Chatroom, a dating chat sim where a mysterious program suddenly pulls you into a private online chat room. Inside, you meet 5 very different men who were dragged in just like you. The story unfolds through text messages, voice calls, and video chats, making it feel personal and immersive as you slowly uncover who these men are and what secrets they're hiding. Each route focuses on building connection through conversation, with distinct personalities ranging from playful and energetic to quiet, guarded, or mysterious. Cupid's Chatroom is an 18+ PC title, best suited for players who enjoy modern, chat-based otome games with mature themes and a strong focus on emotional intimacy. Next up is Mirage Noir, is a detective romance visual novel releasing on PC, perfect for otome fans who love a mix of mystery, romance, and a touch of suspense. You play as a young detective who returns to her hometown full of hope, but finds herself stuck in a rut. When a strange new case comes up, she jumps at the chance to get involved, meeting an eccentric team and crossing paths with 4 interesting guys, and possibly a dangerous serial killer. With 4 romance routes you can explore in any order, plus extra storylines and endings unlocked by your choices, Mirage Noir offers a gripping and emotional journey. It's great for players who enjoy solving mysteries while building connections and discovering love in unexpected places. Next up is the Goddess of Tears Restoration, a romance sim set in a war-torn fantasy world where faith, power, and survival are deeply tied together. You play as a young woman born as a saint, believed to be the reincarnation of the goddess Karia. To protect her, The heroine's parents hide the truth of her birth, allowing her to grow up without knowing her true importance. That quiet life doesn't last long though, as conflict spreads across the land and history begins to pull her into its center. Gameplay mixes romance with management and strategy. You'll train the heroine by raising her stats, explore different locations on the map, strengthen bonds with key characters, and take part in battles against neighboring nations. This R18 game is coming to PC and is for players who enjoy story-heavy worlds, character development, and choices with real consequences, especially those who like historical or fantasy settings with a serious tone. Moving on, we have Under Heaven or Hell, a dark romance visual novel coming to PC. You wake up in hell with no memory of how you got there, and the only way forward is to survive its dangerous politics. To do that, you'll form fragile alliances with two devils and a mysterious angel, each hiding their own secrets and intentions. Your choices shape both the romance and the story's outcome, leading to multiple endings based on who you trust and how you act. You can customize your character, build relationships through an affinity system, and slowly uncover the world's lore across repeat playthroughs. This game is a good fit for players who like darker themes, emotional tension, and replayable gaming experiences. Then we have Fate's Masquerade, a story-driven romance game coming to PC, and it's a good fit for players who enjoy mystery, court drama, and slow-burn romance. You play as the last survivor of a fallen noble family, determined to learn the truth behind their destruction. Your chance comes when you're hired as an Imperial governess, giving you access to the palace, beautiful on the surface, but full of secrets, politics, and quiet danger underneath. As you settle into court life, every choice matters. You'll decide who to trust, which secrets to uncover, and how far you're willing to go for answers. If you enjoy historical settings, emotional tension, and romance mixed with mystery, Fate's Masquerade is worth keeping an eye on. Just note that it does touch on darker themes, handled as part of the story's serious tone. Up next is Sins of Kaleido, launching on Nintendo Switch, and it's one to watch if you like darker fantasy stories with emotional depth. You play as a girl who was once part of a powerful and wealthy family before a cruel plot took everything from her. Thought to be dead, she returns to her homeland under the radar, carrying both grief and determination. Her goal isn't just survival, she wants to reclaim her place and protect others, even if it means making difficult, morally gray choices. The story takes place in the same universe and years after the story of Even If Tempest took place. Sins of Kaleido is best for gamers who enjoy intense world building, flawed characters, and stories about saving people who feel beyond saving. If you like romance mixed with mystery, sacrifice, and tough choices, this is a release worth being excited about. Then we have Thorn for the Villain, an upcoming otome that plays with familiar isekai tropes. The story follows a regular office worker who suddenly wakes up inside her favorite game after a sudden accident. This time, she's not the heroine, but a minor noble character who barely mattered in the original story. She tries to quietly change key events while staying out of the spotlight because drawing attention could get her killed. Things don't go as planned when she accidentally catches the eye of dangerous people who were never supposed to notice her, including a shady underground group and two very different men, a mysterious count and his blunt, unpredictable butler. Thorn for the Villain is best for Otome players who enjoy reincarnation stories, smart heroines who think ahead, and romance mixed with suspense rather than pure fluff. The game is set to release on PC, and it's worth keeping an eye on if you like stories about outsmarting fate, staying under the radar, and slowly turning an extra into someone who truly matters. Up next is Our Life Now and Forever, a cozy amare coming to PC, and it's all about growing up, finding yourself, and building meaningful connections over time. The game begins when you and your mom move to a quiet mountain town called Golden Grove. Over 4 stages of life, from childhood to adulthood, you'll make everyday choices that shape who you become and how others remember you. You can customize your name, appearance, pronouns and personality, and even decide how fast or slow friendships and romance grow. Our Life Now and Forever is perfect for gamers who enjoy gentle storytelling, self-expression, and emotional slice-of-life moments rather than drama or danger. If you're excited by games that let you grow at your own pace and feel seen in small, meaningful choices, this is one to look forward to. Moving on, we have Lover's Enigma, a visual novel releasing on PC that blends mystery and romance. You play as Miyuki, a woman whose new marriage is suddenly shattered when her husband dies under mysterious circumstances. As you dig deeper into the truth, you'll uncover secrets tied to a dangerous cult while navigating complex relationships and your own trauma. The game focuses on healing and resilience, offering a meaningful experience that goes beyond just solving puzzles or falling in love. You'll meet 4 different men who each connect with Miyuki in unique ways. Some protective, some secretive, and some hard to read. And your choices influence how these relationships grow or unravel. With beautifully animated scenes and a rhythm minigame representing moments of self-care, Lover's Enigma has this thoughtful, immersive journey about love, loss, and finding strength when things get tough. Then we have Thesis of Love, an Otome dating sim coming to PC. And it's aimed at players who enjoy story-heavy romance with a more realistic, emotional edge. You play as a sociology student who joins a computer science master's program, partly because she wants to feel worthy of her longtime crush. What starts as a quiet campus life quickly becomes complicated when she's placed in a research lab with 3 very different people, and realizes that all of them are stuck in unhealthy relationships of their own. The game lets you explore how connections slowly change over time, including difficult decisions about boundaries, honesty, and emotional responsibility. With optional love triangle routes, and systems like dating, cooking, and campus life management, Thesis of Love is for players who want a grounded story about messy feelings and personal growth, and who are curious to see how love can shift when people are given the chance to choose a healthier path. And if you've learned new games in this video, don't forget to drop a like. It lets us know that this has been helpful. Moving on, we have Birushana Winds of Fate, the fan disc sequel to Birushana Rising Flower of Genpei, and it's officially coming west on Nintendo Switch. The story continues to follow Shana-o, a young woman forced to live as a man to survive in a war-torn era inspired by Japan's Genpei War. It keeps the same historical fantasy setting, but shifts the focus to what comes next for someone who was raised to fight instead of live freely. The fan disc includes epilogues with returning love interests, showing how relationships grow once peace is restored, as well as new main routes with fresh perspectives and additional romance options. Birushana Winds of Fate is definitely something to look forward to, especially if you've been curious about seeing Shana-o's story continue beyond the battlefield. Up next is Navigator of the Ruined World, a visual novel coming to PC, and it leans more toward emotional storytelling than a big cast of romance options. The story is set in the far future, and you play as a college student who joins a VR program called Navigator, expecting a kind of survival experiment. But once the simulation begins, it quickly becomes clear that this world feels far too real, and that humanity may truly be gone except for you and one other person. That other survivor is a quiet, game-loving engineer who was forced into the program against his will. Together, the two of you must figure out how to survive in a harsh, empty wasteland while being watched like characters in a live show. This game is for players who are okay with single love interest stories and like moral choices and reflective themes about loneliness, connection, and what it means to keep going when the world feels empty. Next up is A Date with Death 2 Remnants, a romantic, story-driven chat simulator coming to PC. This sequel takes place in the underworld, where Grim Reapers are struggling to keep things together after a major rebellion. You play as a newly created Reaper with no memories or past, starting fresh alongside a small team that trains you through messages, calls, and day-to-day interactions. As you guide lost souls and settle into your role, you'll slowly uncover what went wrong and what your place in all of it might be. You can fully customize your character, choose pronouns, walk around your base, and build connections through texting and video calls that naturally grow into friendship or romance. If you're looking for a cozy but meaningful sequel that focuses on connection, self-discovery, and slow burn relationships, this one is worth keeping on your radar. Up next is Peachleaf Valley, Seeds of Love, a romance visual novel coming to PC, made for those who love cozy settings and emotional storytelling inspired by farming sims. You play as a young artist who's hit a rough patch in the city, losing both her job and her home, and ends up taking a leap of faith after meeting a kind elderly farmer. That small moment leads her to Peachleaf Valley, a peaceful countryside where nature is everywhere and starting over feels possible. In the valley, you'll slowly build a new life and form relationships with several romance options, each inspired by a different season and personality. The story focuses on healing, finding purpose, and choosing how close you want to grow with each character through dialogue choices that lead to multiple endings. If you like the emotional comfort of farming sims mixed with heartfelt romance, Peachleaf Valley is one to keep an eye on. Then we have TOUCHSTARVED, a dark romance visual novel coming to PC, and it's aimed at players who enjoy moody stories, heavy choices, and romance that isn't always safe or comforting. You play as someone born with a dangerous curse. Your touch can twist the minds of others, which forces you to run from normal life and seek help in a shadowy city called Iridia. There, you meet 5 mysterious and very not human love interests, each with their own secrets and risks. Any of them might help you find a cure, or pull you deeper into something worse. You can choose your character's name, pronouns, and backstory, and those choices affect how the story unfolds and how people treat you. If you enjoy gothic vibes, morally difficult choices, and romance that feels tense and unpredictable, TOUCHSTARVED is worth keeping on your radar. Just know it leans darker than most cozy Amare titles. Next up is Imperial Grace, an upcoming visual novel coming to PC, perfect for players who enjoy romance mixed with strategy and serious choices. You step into the role of the newly crowned Empress of Kaleido, a powerful woman suddenly responsible for an entire empire. As nobles, citizens, and advisors come to you with problems, your decisions shape not only your personal relationships, but also the future of the kingdom. You can customize your Empress, pursue one of 3 love interests, and decide whether to focus more on emotional storytelling or deeper kingdom management. With inclusive romance options and optional resource management, Imperial Grace offers flexibility for both story-focused players and those who enjoy a bit of strategy. If you like medieval settings, political drama, and romances that develop alongside big responsibilities, this is one to keep an eye on. Then we have the Prince of Tennis Sweet School Festival Love 40 and More, a classic otome making a long-awaited return as a remastered release on Nintendo Switch 2. Set near the end of summer vacation, the story centers on a big joint school festival hosted by the tennis clubs from the Kanto Regional Tournament schools. You play as a middle school girl chosen to help organize the event, working closely with the tennis club members as they compete to create the best festival booth. With only 10 days to prepare, you'll spend your time planning, supporting the team, and naturally getting closer to familiar faces from the Prince of Tennis cast. The remaster brings updated HD visuals, improved UI, and quality of life features, while still letting longtime fans switch back to classic artwork for nostalgia. If you enjoy cozy festival settings, this is an easy title to look forward to, whether you're revisiting it or experiencing it for the first time. Moving on, we also have the Prince of Tennis Doki Doki Survival Eternal Passion Tie-Break Love game, and it's coming back as a remastered release on Nintendo Switch 2. This time, the story takes a sharp turn from school life to survival. While heading to a training camp before the national tournament, a storm causes the team's ship to wreck, leaving you and the tennis club members stranded on a remote island. With the adults missing and supplies limited, everyone has to work together to find food, water, and shelter while waiting for rescue. You'll spend your days exploring forests and beaches, helping out at the camp, and sharing quiet moments with your favorite princess as bonds slowly grow under pressure. This is a great pick for gamers who enjoy cozy but adventurous settings, familiar characters, and relationship building. Especially if you love the Prince of Tennis and want to see the cast in a very different, more intimate scenario. If this list got you excited about what's coming in 2026, and you're already wondering what you might have missed before that, then I've got you covered. In the next video, I'm ranking 20 underrated Otome and Amare games from last year. From super cozy and comforting to the ones that hit a little deeper emotionally. A lot of these flew under the radar, but they're absolutely worth your time. So, if you're ready to explore more stories at your own pace, click the next video. I think you'll find something that fits your mood perfectly.